want to be the best, simple and plain. That's why I play the game. To be the best, you have to win. And that's what drives me.
He's the best player in the game. It's just that simple.
Yo, what it do, good people? We is back with another vid. I need y'all to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Let's get this live up to at least like 500 likes. Now, we're going to get into this Brandon Johnson. We're going to get into this, and then we'll go on from there.
Mayor Johnston, coming back to you. How much did your city spend on illegal immigration? Do you have a round number?
Over the last couple of years on all newcomers, whatever their status was, it's around 79 million since 2022.
79 million. Mayor Johnson, Chicago. How much has the city of Chicago spent on illegal immigration?
If you're referring to the 2022 up to 2024 of the buses coming from Texas, roughly the same percentage of the state of Texas, about 1% of our overall budget.
No, they didn't ask you that. He asked you how much.
What is that? Because I don't have the city's budget in front of me. Numbers.
It's 1%, and if you want the actual calculation, we can make sure someone.
You're the mayor. You don't have the math in front of you.
It's 1% of the overall budget over the last 4 years.
That's why you're a failing
which
mayor.
is the
Mayor
same
Adams,
number that
how
was
much did
sent
the city
from
of
us
New
from
York
the
actually
state
spend
of
on
Texas.
illegal immigration? Mayor
He said that's why you're a failing mayor.
Johnson, I already asked you. You don't have a hard number, and if you don't have a hard number, you're not running your city well. Mayor Adams, how much did the city of New York actually spend on illegal immigration?
6.9 billion of taxpayers.
$6.9 billion of taxpayer money on a problem that was fostered on the American people. Mayor Wu, in the
Not 6.9 billion. How the hell did he get up to that? Like, so you mean to tell me they took taxpayer dollars to bring these illegals in, and now they about to use taxpayer dollars to get rid of them? Crazy work.
city of Boston, how much did you spend?
We don't ask about immigration status and delivering city
You don't
services,
ask
so
about
we
how
don't
much
have
money
that
the city of Boston has spent on illegal immigration.
We
Are
don't
you out of your
distinguish
mind?
between immigration status.
Do you
as
manage
part
your
of our
budget
city
or not,
policies.
Mayor Wu?
That is how we keep
Mayor
our city
Wu,
safe.
do you manage
we
your
have
budget or
the
not?
numbers to prove it. I manage my budget. I have a AAA bond rating dating back 10 years.
So to the city of Boston,
budget.
just understand that your mayor does not care how much of your resources she has spent on people who are not citizens
The city
of
of Boston
the city of
is
Boston.
sick of having
I'm
people
reclaiming my
outside
time.
Boston
Mr.
telling
Bear,
us what
Mr.
we
Bear, I have
need.
a question for you. Mayor Johnston, coming back to you. How much did your city spend on illegal
We got to play this again.
immigration? Do you have a round number?
Over the last couple of years on all newcomers, whatever their status was, it's around 79 million since 2022.
79 million. Mayor Johnson, Chicago. How much has the city of Chicago spent on illegal immigration?
If you're referring to the 2022 up to 2024 of the buses coming from Texas, roughly the same percentage of the state of Texas, about 1% of our overall budget.
What is that? Because I don't have the city's budget in front of me. Numbers.
It's 1%, and if you want the actual calculation, we can make sure someone.
You're the mayor. You don't have the math in front of you.
It's 1% of the overall budget over the
All
last
right, that's
4
why
years,
you're a failing
which
mayor.
is
Mayor
the same
Adams,
number that
how
was
much did
sent
the city
from
of
us
New
from
York
the
actually
state
spend
of
on
Texas.
illegal immigration? Mayor Johnson, I already asked you. You don't have a hard number, and if you don't have a hard number, you're not running your city well. Mayor Adams, how much did the city of New York actually spend on illegal immigration?
6.9 billion of taxpayers.
$6.9 billion of taxpayer money on a problem
In
that was
3
fostered
years.
on the American people. Mayor Wu, in the city of Boston, how much did you spend?
We don't ask about immigration status and delivering city
You don't
services,
ask
so
about
we
how
don't
much
have
money
that
the city of Boston has spent on illegal immigration.
We
Are
don't
you out of your
distinguish
mind?
between immigration status.
Do you
as
manage
part
your
of our
budget
city
or not,
policies.
Mayor Wu?
That is how we keep
Mayor
our city
Wu,
safe.
do you manage
we
your
have
budget or
the
not?
numbers to prove it. I manage my budget. I have a AAA bond rating dating back 10 years.
So to the city of Boston,
budget.
just understand that your mayor does not care how much of your resources she has spent on people who are not citizens
The city
of
of Boston
the city of
is
Boston.
sick of having
I'm
people
reclaiming my
outside
time.
Boston
Mr.
telling
Bear,
us what
Mr.
we
Bear, I have
need.
a question for you. Mayor Johnston,
All right, now we're going to get into this other video.
to piggyback off my colleague, Governor Pritzker, how much does the state of Illinois spend on illegal immigration every year?
Again, illegal immigration, that's a federal responsibility. They could tell how much is wasted as a result of their failures.
Governor, don't you keep track of how many people are on your Medicaid rolls, how many people who are illegal immigrants in the state of Illinois who are getting actually benefits in your state? Doesn't your government keep track of that?
They don't get Medicaid in Illinois or any state, as far as I know.
Governor Pritzker, you do not keep track of any public service dollars in the state of Illinois that goes to illegal immigrants or goes to people in your state who are not legal residents of the United States. and of the state of Illinois. You don't keep track of that.
We absolutely keep track of our budget. We're very closely. And in fact, it's been balanced for 7 years in a row, unlike the Republican before me. Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. I noticed that in the state of Illinois, you guys don't really keep track of your money, because I asked your mayor in Chicago similar question about a month ago, and he didn't have an answer. It was quite interesting. I think this might be an Illinois problem. To piggyback off my colleague, Governor Pritzker, how much does the state of Illinois spend on illegal immigration every year?
Again, illegal immigration, that's a federal responsibility. They could tell how much is wasted.
Now look what Brandon Johnson said.
Mayor Johnston, coming back to you, how much did your city spend on illegal immigration? Do you have a round number?
Over the last couple of years on all newcomers, whatever their status was, it's around 79 million since 2022.
79 million. Mayor Johnson,
3 years.
Chicago. How much has the city of Chicago spent on illegal immigration?
If you're referring to the 2022 up to 2024 of the buses coming from Texas, roughly the same percentage of the state of Texas, about 1% of our overall budget.
What is that? Because I don't have the city's budget in front of me. Numbers.
It's 1%, and if you want the actual calculation, we can make sure someone.
You're the mayor. You don't have the math in front of you.
It's 1% of the overall budget over the
All
last
right, that's
4
why
years,
you're a failing
which
mayor.
is the
Mayor
same
Adams,
number that
how
was
much did the
sent from
city of
us
New
from
York
the
actually
state
spend
of
on
Texas.
illegal immigration? Mayor Johnson, I already asked you. You don't have a hard number, and if you don't have a hard number, you're not running your city well. Mayor Adams, how much did the city of New York actually spend on illegal immigration?
6.9 billion of taxpayers' dollars.
Hold on, 6.9 billion in 3 years. 6.9 billion in 3 years. I guarantee you, Chicago numbers was higher than that, and that's why Johnson didn't want to say nothing.
$0.9 billion of taxpayer money on a problem that was fostered on the American people. Mayor Wu, in the city of Boston, how much did you spend?
We don't ask about immigration status and delivering city
You don't
services,
ask
so
about
we
how
don't
much
have
money
that
the city of Boston has spent on illegal immigration.
We
Are you
don't
out of your
distinguish
mind?
between immigration status.
Do you
as
manage
part
your
of our
budget
city
or not,
policies.
Mayor Wu?
That is how we keep our
Mayor
city
Wu, do
safe.
you manage
We
your
have
budget
the
or not?
numbers to prove it. I manage my budget. I have a AAA bond rating dating back 10 years.
So to the city of
budget.
Boston, just understand that your mayor does not care how much of your resources she has spent on people who are not citizens
The city
of
of Boston
the city of
is
Boston.
sick of having people
reclaiming my
outside
time.
Boston
Mr.
telling
Bear,
us what
Mr.
we
Bear,
need.
Now let's get back into this with Illinois, because this is crazy. Give me 1 second.
to piggyback off my colleague, Governor Pritzker.
President Trump.
Do you support Hamas's agenda?
Sir, I do not. They are a terrorist organization.
Your administration gave a grant to the Muslim Civic Coalition, which just 2 weeks after October 7th was marching in the streets of Chicago to, quote, stop the U.S.-backed genocide against Gaza. Is that a reflection of your values?
I have
Now y'all see where y'all money going. Y'all see where y'all taxpayer dollars is going.
spent my life fighting anti-Semitism.
No, I'm
spent
asking,
my
is
life-
this a reflection of your values?
I'm not sure why you're attacking
Because
me
your
about something in an
administration
organization.
gave money to this organization.
I'm explaining to you that what we do in the state of Illinois is stand up for what we believe are
You didn't
our
have to
rights
give
and
money to
freedoms.
the Muslim Civic Coalition.
People
to
have
march
the
and
right to
call,
express themselves.
to stop the
We don't-
U.S.-backed genocide against Gaza. That was your choice.
I know
that was your
Republicans want to
administration.
take away people's right to free speech. We don't in the state of Illinois, and I
They've
do
got
not
the
believe
right to
that
free
is
speech.
proper.
They don't have the right to tax dollars, and you gave them to them.
Exactly.
You want to take those rights away from people. I understand.
Man, this is crazy.
To piggyback off my colleague, Governor Pritzker, how much does the state of Illinois spend on illegal immigration every year?
Again, illegal immigration, that's a federal responsibility. They could tell how much is wasted as a result of their failures.
Governor, don't you keep track of how many people are on your Medicaid rolls, how many people who are illegal immigrants in the state of Illinois who are getting actually benefits in your state? Doesn't your government keep track of that?
They don't get Medicaid in Illinois or any state, as far as I know.
Governor Pritzker, you do not keep track of any public service dollars in the state of Illinois that goes to illegal immigrants or goes to people in your state who are not legal residents of the United States and of the state of Illinois. You don't keep track of that.
We absolutely keep track of our budget. We're very closely, and in fact, it's been balanced for 7 years in a row, unlike the Republican before me. Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. I noticed that in the state of Illinois, you guys don't really keep track of your money, because I asked your mayor in Chicago similar question about a month ago, and he didn't have an answer. It was quite interesting. I think this might be an Illinois problem. To piggyback off my colleague, Governor Pritzker, how much Governor Hochul, in your state, you are spending about roughly $4 billion on illegal immigration. And at the same time, you are actually asking the federal government for $4 billion to finish Penn Station. Don't you think it would be better to stop funding illegal immigrants in your state and actually use those resources to finish Penn Station as opposed to coming to the federal government for the money?
She can't even say nothing.
Penn Station is owned by Amtrak, not by the state, so it's an appropriate use of their dollars, and Donald Trump has agreed to spend upwards of $7 billion. I appreciated that very much. What we spend on immigrants, the immigrants who are here hardworking to live a life and working on our farms and taking care of our parents in nursing homes and taking care of our children, they have been coming here for 400 years. And we don't keep track of individuals based on their status. We make sure that people have services so we don't end up with an unexpected.
So essentially what you're telling me is that you keep no track of money that is going to people who are not legal in the United States, resources that are taken away from New Yorkers, resources that are taken away from Illinoisans. You guys do not keep track of any of this.
You know what's really challenging is that many people came here with legal status. I mean, temporary protective status, 300,000.
Governor Hochul, in your state,
All
do you
go
go along with the strategy from the Biden administration, which massively expanded immigration protocols that overwhelmed your city and overwhelmed your state? Do you agree with that?
We call for secure borders. We call for this body to
I
do
never
its
remember
job.
you calling for secure borders at
No,
all, Governor
we certainly
Hochul.
have.
That
We
doesn't
certainly
sound
have.
like him to my memory.
Many conversations I had with the White House. We asked for
Stuff from
federal
my memory.
resources. I mean, you're putting a federal problem on our laps, and you know what? It gets old after a while. I wish you would just do your job.
If your
here
party
and
actually would
pass
do the job of
meaningful
securing
reform.
the nation the way President Trump has now had to do twice, we wouldn't be in this predicament. Wouldn't you agree?
It's a
Do you
federal-
agree or
it's a
disagree
federal
that
job.
securing the nation's borders is the job of the president of the United States? President Trump has done that job twice now,
Well,
and previous Democrat presidents have not done that job. Wouldn't you agree with that?
this has been a problem that's been in place since I was a young staffer here on Capitol Hill. We worked on immigration, and Ronald Reagan signed amnesty for 3 million people.
You know, it's
to
interesting
get
you bring up
situations.
Reagan's amnesty in '86. You know, part of that deal was to actually build border wall and secure it, but the Democrat Party refuses to build border wall. You oppose it every single time. Is that your position? Do you now support border walls?
There
Governor
has
Hochul?
been many times when bipartisan legislation is presented to this body and people just walk away from it. They refuse to do the hard work of governing like governors like us have to do every single day. When I leave here, I'm going to go home and govern a state. I'm not going to tweet about this experience because I have too much work to do taking care of New Yorkers. And
You're
keeping
really
them
not doing a
safe.
good job, Governor Hochul, because a lot of New Yorkers are actually coming into my state, in Florida, many of them. They come all the time because they actually want to come to a state that is well run, that protects citizens, does not allow illegal aliens
Hit the like
to
button,
victimize
dog. Hit it live.
citizens like they are victimized in the state of New York, like they are victimized in the state of Illinois, like they are victimized in the state of Minnesota. They choose states like Florida and Texas to find safer places to live and raise their families. Hold on, Governor Hochul. We've had enough
crime
time.
rates are much.
Do you
All of a sudden they wake up
go
and
say
along?
it's gone. Man, we can go for these videos all day.
Governor
Slower
Walz,
than
you've been
yours,
sitting over there
much
pretty
slower.
quiet. I got a question for you.
I love to talk. Thank you, Congressman.
Fair enough. You said earlier that the ICE agents under the orders of President Trump are a modern day Gestapo. Do you realize how disgusting a phrase that is, considering the history of Nazi Germany? Would you like to recant that statement?
What I said, Congressman, and I have a long history of supporting law enforcement, I said President Trump was using them as his modern day Gestapo, not identifying who you are, coming up in unmarked vans, taking people away and giving.
Is it the responsibility of ICE to actually deport illegal aliens in the United States who are here? Isn't that their responsibility?
Yes, it is, Congressman, except that the Constitution is not an inconvenience. It's not an either or.
Nobody
You
said
can
an
do your
inconvenience.
job and
We have a
practice due process.
responsibility to deport illegal aliens. And the
Through due
president is
process.
going through that process right now.
We are
And
not
let's be very clear, the previous administration, they abused every process there is under border laws to allow more than 10 million people into the country illegally. And this is
I don't know who these people is, where they originally came from, what they got going on, what type of diseases they got, and y'all just let all these people come over here.
a burden on all Americans. And so the president is doing his job. So it is sick to refer to Americans who are ICE agents as Gestapo. Governor, you're wrong. You need to apologize to these agents. They're doing their jobs. They are Americans. They serve this country with honor and decency and respect.
But y'all know the media gonna portray them as evil. Like when they came to that plant in Minnesota and locked up all them illegals, took them away. That was crazy. Let's see what else we got in there. Yeah, I think that was enough when they said what they said to Mayor Johnson. Called that man a failing mayor. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section. Do y'all think Mayor Brandon Johnson is a failing mayor? Because all that money of taxpayer dollars that's been spent on illegals is crazy. You spent all that money to get them over here. Now you got to spend all that money to get them out of here. That's what they don't want. But let's get into this other video real quick. So Dr. Umar's school got vandalized. The school he got in Delaware. So let's tap into it. Shout out to Kwame Brown, Bus Life. Shout out to Kwame. But give me 1 second. That ain't the one I'm trying to get to. My bad, y'all. Give me 1 second. Let me find this. Shut the screen. All right. So this is Dr. Umar. Let's see what he's talking about. Shout out.
It's always the man's fault and how he solicits the funds by dissing you at the same time and the time that it's taken. I'm going to leave all that to the side. You still don't have a right to vandalize the man's shit. You have a right to your opinion. You have a right to think what you want to think about an individual, but you don't have a right to touch somebody's shit. So I thought that was messed up, that seeing the pictures, because it was confusing here in the original story, because he said he didn't have power in the building. So I'm like, how the fuck did you get cameras if you don't have power in the building? So I was waiting to see what happened. So King Kong of Consciousness, this is on his page. He put up a video about this school. So I want to go over this video. So let's do it.
Undercover booty bandit who called the elect.
Oh, damn. Wait a minute now. Whoa. Shit. Dr. Umar, I mean, you supposed to be the king of content. Hold on. Is this the right video? Right video I'm playing? Yeah, destroyed FGME Academy. Okay, this is the right video. All right, Dr. Umar coming in a little gangster. I thought Dr. Umar was going to be reading some doctor shit. Dr. Umar coming in gangster and shit. This motherfucker undercover booty bandit. What the? Don't get me in trouble with the community now. Come on now, Dr. Umar. What the fuck? That nigga coming in mad, boy. What the fuck?
Hey, shut his live.
let me, okay.
Electric company posing like me. Y'all know who he is. The undercover booty bandit. Dr. Umar hater number one.
He said
they spilled paint over everything. They stole some things, but they did way more vandalism than theft. They destroyed everything in there, brothers and sisters.
They got here. They can come through that door.
So y'all been seeing the people who've been breaking into the school?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Yo! Excuse me. Get out that school. Yo! Come out. This is a school, young people. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing, family? What are we doing? Let me find out. It's the little people.
What part of the hood is this? I see white kids. Wait. What part of the hood is this?
Sister, I need you to turn that camera off. Nothing's funny. Turn it off. And I need y'all to move on. You can't hang on this block. This is... Excuse me? I need y'all to go, or I'm going to call the police.
Dr. Umar, did you get a school in the hood? What the? That little boy say call the popo. Damn. Man, oh shit. Dr. Umar, you need to move to school. I don't think you're going to be able to help these kids. Kwame got me dying. I had to donate. Salute to you, man. Hey, man, Dr. Umar, you might want to talk to, there's another doctor, he didn't like me, Dr. Boyce Watkins. He only wanted 10% of people, black people.
I want to know, why is the school not secured? Where are the cameras at? Didn't nobody see this? He said this school was vandalized and he's been gone for a month. And didn't nobody tell him that the school was being vandalized?
He has like a special gift. that it's only certain people that he want to be around. He's a godly figure too, but you know, him and his God only want 10% of the people, not all people, just 10%, because you know these are into. Okay, this is the Umar. You need to move away from you niggas and try not to become one of you niggas. So if you waiting on an educated nigga to help you, keep waiting. But yeah, they only want 10%. So, you know, you might want to get with Dr. Dr. Boyce, and he'll pick out 10% of those kids that can make it. And I think the little one that told you to call the popo, I don't think he's part of the 10% that he'll pick. Get the one that rolled off on the bike real fast, because that one can recover. You can save that one. But the other one that stood there right in your face and told you to call the popo, yeah. Don't. That's not the 10%.
That's why I said, what part of the hood is that? Some niggas they call the police.
Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatunde Oguntade, coming to you loud and direct from the most honorable Frederick Douglass and the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey Academy. I got some bad news for my FDMG donors. But we're still going to end it on a positive note, brothers and sisters. First of all, I want to say to my neighbors here in Wilmington, Delaware, I'm very disappointed. To my neighbors here in Wilmington, Delaware, I'm very disappointed. And the reason I'm disappointed is not because of the vandalism. It's not because of the graffiti. It's because I was gone for about a month and nobody called me.
And just think about it. I guarantee you, people in the neighborhood seen them kids going in and out that school. They didn't care.
Nobody texted me.
That's not funny.
Nobody inboxed me. And nobody emailed me the fact that our high school had been broken into.
Careless.
Hold on. So wait a minute. Let me get this straight. You buy something and you want your donors to hear you say, I'm responsible for your money. But you want other people, you're not even responsible enough to know what happened at the location for a month? Where are the cameras at? You didn't check your cameras for a month? He paid them kids $5 each to act. Hey, I'm just saying, you telling me you ain't check your cameras for a whole month?
Why is this school ain't built already? I've been hearing about this nigga building this school for 10 years now. That's a whole decade. And this school still ain't got no electricity. What in the world?
And if you're going to take in someone's donations, then you have to be more responsible for the money that you took in. You can't just leave somewhere for a month and don't have nobody in your staff to report back to you. Don't you have 2 wives? One of them couldn't drive up to Delaware to check up on the school? No, were they both with you? You don't have a staff that can check on the building or cameras that can let you know what's going on with your building? I can look at my property right now from the camera. And it's a thing called history. You press the history, you can see who been there all day long.
He get that money and he run. That nigga ain't worried about that school for real.
Any motion that's on there gets caught and trapped on the history. I don't get it. I don't know. What kind of people does he have working for him? I don't know. He want the neighborhood. Maybe nobody works for him. Maybe he just take on donations and he has people assist him like friends and relatives. So he's not really paying them. Doesn't seem like a guy that he'll keep people on the payroll. Because if he was paying people, you shouldn't be mad at the people in the neighborhood. You should be mad at your staff for not doing their job. Who's maintaining the school? Who's cutting the grass? Who's making sure there's no graffiti on it? Because
obviously he don't got a staff. He just taking money from donors and running with it. Because there should be people in place to notify you if anything is going wrong at the school. people coming by checking up on it when you're not available to do it. He don't got no staff members.
They had to go cut the grass within this month's time, at least twice. So why didn't they go cut the grass and then tell you, report back to whoever you have handling it, report back and say, hey, you know, I've seen one of the doors open as I was cutting the grass.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know. Reach out to him and find out. Maybe I will. Because that's the questions I'll be asking. Like, wait a minute, bro. How are you going to blame the neighborhood for something that you're in control of? Why don't you have Ring cameras out at the school? They don't have power. They don't have Wi-Fi. Get some. How are you going to expect this school to smell decent if there's no power in there? You got books. He said in here, as I was watching a little bit of it earlier, he said he had books that he's been accumulating all his life, over 5,000 books. Why in the hell would you put books in a place with no AC in it? This building is going to mold and stink. And in the summer times, it's going to be super hot. In the winter times, it's going to be super cold, which is going to ruin your book. Like, this doesn't make sense.
Nobody said a word. I had to learn of this on my own. On my own. I got back last night, stayed in Delaware so I could come and check the post office and come check on the school. And what do I find? That they broke into the high school. What do I find? That they vandalized my private book collection of more than 5,000 books that I've been collecting most of my life.
Damn. What the hell?
5,000 books. He has 5,000 books. And what is this on the floor?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I said. What the hell is that?
Now, I don't think anybody should have went in here and vandalized anybody's school, but this looks terrible, for one. And number two, why would you have books in a
private book collection of more than 5,000?
You put 5,000 books, and not into your home, books that you care about. You put them in a building that has no AC.
Books that I've been collecting most of my life.
Like, if it wasn't them kids that did that, what would possess somebody to do that unless they was trying to destroy the school? I don't condone what they did to the school. It's just a simple fact. He didn't have the proper security. You're supposed to be able to pull out your phone and look at the video camera of the whole school while you on vacation or if you're in another state or whatever. So this right here is crazy.
If somebody came in here and did that, that's definitely fucked up. I mean,
do that look like some kids could have, like some little kids could do this? Because them kids looked like at least 9 or 10 years old. I could see the books going all over the place, but them just knocking over the desks and doing like, why would they want to do that? I don't know. This is crazy work.
I wouldn't have left no books in there like that, but for somebody to go in there and do all this, that's fucked up.
I wouldn't have did all.
You definitely don't do shit like this. But unfortunately for him, people are not going to trust that this is real. There's going to be a lot of people that think that this is just another one of his ways of not completing the school. They're going to think that this is another way he's scamming his crowd, and this is another way that he's going to ask for more donations. Clearly, he don't have the money to fix this. So this is going to be a way. I need you, brothers and sisters. I need you.
Oh yeah, you know it's coming. He need all new donors to come in. He need all new donations. He's been doing this for 10 years, damn it.
Like, man. So kids came in here and did all of this. Damn.
That look like some valuable stuff in there. I seen gym shoes, all type of stuff. You got that type of stuff in the building. You need to have the proper security.
Out of print.
The sad reality of it is, if he had no cameras up at the school, there's no way we're going to be able to prove that this is fake. It looks like an insurance job to me, but who knows? Yeah, and the sad thing is, Dan, is that the insurance company is going to ask, why don't you have cameras? Matter of fact, if I'm the insurance company, I pay them out and then I drop them because you don't have cameras on the location. Because it would be way easier for you and the insurance company if you have cameras on the location where they can see people going in and vandalizing a situation. I'm just saying. It's about Frederick ain't so proud. Right. Especially if you're going to put all these names on this school. It's the Frederick Douglass Academy, Ifatunde, the Honorable Marcus Garvey. You would think you're going to protect this better than this. You would think that there would be ring cameras that you could see, hey, this is being guarded by the ring. And it's being 24-hour monitored, especially if you're going to be gone. There's nothing to monitor your cameras 24 hours a month if you're not there. The ring see the people, they can ask them what they're doing there. They can call the police for you.
And that's what I like about the ring cameras, because you can actually see who's at the door.
That seems like there's something that you need. There are cameras on the school across the street, 24 hours recording. So he need to go get those cameras. Talking about how cheap is it to have kids do it for a Kool-Aid pack. Yeah, so many people have offered help for free. He refuses. He is a whole scam. Oh, so if you offer him help, then that means the school would be complete, and that messes up the grift.
That's why it's taking down there 2 decades to finish the damn school. One school is taking this nigga 2 decades to finish.
Oh. And then he would actually have to do work. And then people will actually be able to grade his success and all the stuff that he's talking about. And maybe that's what he's afraid of. Where do he work? He travels all over the world and speak. Yeah, he travels all over the world and speak. Yeah, he talks a lot.
Books, rare books, supplies for our children, clothing for our children, things we can use for the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy. And nobody from Wilmington called me and said, Doc, I think the high school has been compromised. Now, let me answer a question right now, brothers and sisters. Let me answer a question. Some people are saying we thought you had security. We do on the Marcus Garvey Elementary School. We do on the Nat Turner John Jacques Dessalines Gymnasium. We do on our corner storage building. We have security on that side of the building. We have surveillance. We have up-to-date security system. If they do anything over there, the police will be on their ass within seconds. If they do anything over there, the police will be on their ass in seconds. If they do anything over there, the police will be on their ass in seconds. But we don't have.
Is this thing tripping or is he repeating himself? Is this shit stuck? Hopefully he go past this shit because it seems like he on repeat.
That on the high school because we do not have electricity in the high school. We do not have electricity in the high school. We do not have electricity in the high school, brothers and sisters.
Is this how he normally talks? Oh, he repeat himself 3 times. Oh, and I'm like, this shit is getting. I thought my computer was fucking up. I'm like, this nigga keeps saying the same thing over and over again. Okay, that's how he talks. Okay, this will take some getting used to. Repeating yourself over and over again. God damn. Yeah, and why don't you have security on the other side? If you have these valuable books in there, and you were keeping printed books and all that, wouldn't you keep that on the side with security where the police would be on their ass within seconds?
Exactly.
If you're keeping precious books under no surveillance, then shit, I wonder what you got up under surveillance. What's more precious than precious books that can't be done over? I don't know, man. You got me on this one. Yeah, you got me on this one. I'm confused. You must got a bunch of money on that other side that you keeping under lock and key. Because you would think those books would be valuable. But hey, what the fuck do I know?
This happened in the Frederick Douglass High School. Now, originally, we were going to save our money and wait to renovate the high school after we had our certificate of occupancy for the elementary school. That was the plan. But after...
Wait, he don't even have a certificate of occupancy?
This sound like some fugaziness.
Hold on. So that means some stuff ain't up to code. How many years have he been doing this school?
I told you about 2 decades. Shit.
Golly, he don't have a... Holy shit. That takes all of like one... well, they usually schedule you in a week or 2 out. They usually schedule you a week or 2 out because they know you're trying to get in there. So once you pass the codes for people to occupy the building, you get a license for it for however many that the building can hold. He got the building in 2019. It's 2025. God dang. Whoa, shucks. Yeah, I thought that I don't know if it's fire or whatever, but it's just some codes. They just come and check. It might be the fire chief come in there and come and check and make sure that they look at the size of the building. They can see how many people it can hold. Like, but it's just some like a coding situation. It's simple. Oh my God. This goes to show you it's all about who we like. He has a doctorate degree. He has a lot of degrees, man. And it seems like all you have to do is get a bunch of degrees, go to a college that's black or people, so fraternity or sorority, join a group. And I don't know. It seems like people just believe the bullshit you say. Because I don't understand this now. This is confusing. I don't agree that people went into the building, if they did, and damaged the things in the building. I don't agree with that. But something don't sound right with this.
After about 4 years of no vandalism, brothers and sisters, after 4 years of no vandalism, brothers and sisters, after 4 years of no vandalism, they back at it again. They back at it again. They back at it again, brothers and sisters. So we're going to have to get started on the high school immediately. Black electricians who can do a commercial job, licensed in Delaware and Wilmington, I need you to come to the forefront.
Don't know a black electricians come to the forefront. This sound like this nigga about to ask you to do it for the community. You See, this is why it's hard. Kwame, watch what you say, boy. Say this with care. how can I say this? This is why it's hard being around some bullshit ass niggas. This is the only way I can say it, y'all. I'm sorry. This is why it's hard for me to be around some bullshit ass niggas. Because, and I'm not saying this about him, he's giving me bullshit ass nigga vibe, but it's hard because they always talk this blackety black talk. And if you're going to talk this blackety black talk, then you should want for me what you want for yourself. And you should want me draped in diamonds and gold just like you want for yourself. So don't ask me to undercut my price or do something for free or do something for the community tag when you're going to go pay full price across the street. So no, my time is not free. I'm not coming in this motherfucker wiring up a goddamn thing for free. These people that didn't give you their money for you to hold on to it and then ask people to come in there and donate their time. No, they gave you their money for you to hire people to do the job. So black electricians that come to the forefront, make sure he paying you. And make sure he ain't asking you for no fucking discount, no Ifan Tunde discount. Ain't giving no Ifan Tunde discount. PhD and niggas loaded, mama's cooking. Yeah, man, I'm tired of this shit, man. Salute to you, style. No, nigga, where's the quick pro quo in this? There ain't none. You just want a nigga to do something for you for free. No, nigga.
That's crazy.
No. The video war is on now. Man, listen, I ain't been having no video war. I'm just saying. I knew it right away when he said black electricians come to the forefront. It sounded like some church shit. Come to the forefront of the congregation. Come to the forefront. You know, that's how they trick niggas. When they want to trick a nigga, they start talking that Bible talk and they start talking that church talk. Come to the forefront of the pool pit, my brother. Come to the forefront. You don't get your mother. You know what I mean? You don't get your mother. They ain't coming to the forefront. Any one of them niggas come to the forefront, you could.
That hurt me in the heart. They spilled paint over everything. They stole some things, but they did way more vandalism than theft. They destroyed everything in there, brothers and sisters. Now we got to clean up the gym for the third time. This is the third time we've had to go through this.
Wait a minute. So this school keep getting vandalized. Don't that mean you need to up your security? Like, what is he doing? If this school keep getting vandalized, I don't even think nobody's gonna let their kids come to the school. It ain't safe.
Used to hire security to sit outside the school, but most of the time they didn't even do their damn job. They would be home sleeping, telling me they at the school, and then I would do random pop-ups and they wouldn't even be out here. This is
So wait, why is somebody trying to sabotage his school so bad? Is it like the powers that be? Is it just YouTubers that don't like him? I'm just trying to figure out why does he need so much protection on the school? And if somebody is breaking into the school so easily, why would I send my kid there thinking it's safe when you can't even protect the building? Man, the place was like that when he got it. Like, how can you protect this building? How can you protect the students that go here? And why would I send my kid here? Excuse me, if it's being vandalized and all this, I wouldn't do it.
Exactly. It ain't safe.
I wouldn't send my kid to the school.
That shit ain't safe. But mind y'all, he been having this school being built for almost a decade now. What's going on?
You don't got the right cameras. You don't got the right protection. There's no way I'm sending my kids here.
why. Yes, sir. Yes, we own the school, young brother. What's your name, Prince? What grade you in? You don't know your grade? You're about to go to the third. What grade you in, Prince? You in the 5th grade?
That's my brother.
Okay, y'all brothers, y'all look alike. So you're about to go to the third, you said. So when we open up this school, it's going to be second, third, and fourth, right? So fourth grade, you might be here, right? Fourth grade, you might be here. You're going to the, oh, you're going to the sixth grade. We might not catch you until we in this building, the high school. And to my young princesses, we will be opening up the Anna Douglas Amy Garvey Academy for young princesses as well. So it's going to be boys first, and then it's going to be girls. So all y'all might one day be students at the school. Say that again. Some people just went and win. When? You saw somebody walk in this building? What door? No. Nobody walked in this door. I've been here the whole time.
No, they walked in that door. They got here. They can come through that door.
So y'all been seeing the people who've been breaking into the school?
Yes.
Wait a minute.
He on live and they done broke into school while he on live.
Yo! Excuse me. Get out that school. Yo! Come out. This private property. I need y'all off.
I didn't go.
Okay, my brother. I believe you, young prince. I need you out. I need you out of here. This is a school. This is a school, young people.
How in the world is
This is a school, young people. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Get vandalized while he in.
What are we doing, family? What are we doing? Let me find out. It's the little people. Let me ask you a question. All right? Y'all go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day. It's okay, kid. You're all right. You're all right, my brother. Don't worry about it. We're about to get the locks changed right now. I'm waiting for my locksmith to show up. We're going to change the locks. Somebody broke in. We're going to change the locks.
So wait a minute. So wait a minute. While he's sitting outside, literally on the same block, but just right up the ledge, like right up the sidewalk, the kids are breaking into the school while he's making a video. And the other kids just so happen to come and tell him. And it just so happened he got a locksmith on the way already. He never secured the door. Don't you think he'd be standing in front of the door that's broken? What the hell is going on with Dr. Umar? Shouldn't you be standing in front of the door that's open or broke open, sir? Why would you be standing in front of the door that's not open? Oh man. This is nasty work here, buddy. Leave him alone, 7 foot. Okay. I was just asking questions, Ms. Collins. It's confusing to me. The man literally standing right there with people going in the building again. So it don't matter if he's away or he's there. Somebody's still gonna bust in that goddamn building. Little ass kids.
Trista, I need you to turn that camera off. Nothing's funny. Turn it off. And I need y'all to move on. You can't hang on this block. This is.
They was recording.
Excuse me. I need y'all to go, or I'm gonna call the police.
I'll call the police.
Call the police. So how you gonna tell them to turn their camera off while you filming? And you have no anticipation of privacy in the public. What? Like, come on, man. Oh man, this is bad. This is nasty work. He filming them, telling them to turn their camera off. God damn.
Yeah, but if y'all want to go watch the rest of that live, go over there to Kwame Brown Bus Live, go over there, like, share, and subscribe over there. Let's see.
As a therapist myself, I know how important it is to be able to have someone that you can talk to about your problems, to bounce ideas off of.
This is looking like a newborn baby over there, Hobbs. But we ain't gonna play that.
Y'all already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. Shall we begin? Shout out to the first couple of people that hit up the super chat. It went out of the screen, so I can't see it right now. Hayes, let's get it. Thank you for sponsoring this war. Appreciate you, family. Sin City Rico, pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. It's been a long time. Fresh out, ain't nothing to go back. Nigga feel like I just been let out of jail. Violate that like button, man. Make sure y'all get them likes all the way up because I know, listen, man. I guarantee you, if everybody that's watching right now hit the like button, I guarantee you right now we got at least about 10,000 people in the building. Call my bluff. Everybody hit that like button. I promise you, if everybody that's watching right now hit the like button, I promise you that the likes is going to supersede the people that's in the building. Social media is exposing how brainwashed and weak we are as people and how easily swayed people's minds is. I don't want the popular vote. Everybody want to fit in. I want to stand out. That's why you see me doing things and saying things that nobody else before was doing or saying in this lane that I created. And then the digital COINTELPRO started infiltrating this section. Their plants, Jaguar Rights, the Charleston Whites, it's a bunch of them. To cause confusion. But nevertheless, in today's time, we already passed 2020, and we know we need that 2020 vision. We have to be focused. Playtime is over. That doesn't mean we can't crack a couple of jokes and drag a couple of niggas on the internet because a lot of niggas been doing talking. Yeah, they've been talking. But at the same time, we got to be real careful too because these niggas is mass flagging and YouTube already got me in a headlock. So I know I got Hamasa. I know it has to be on my best behavior. Yeah. But we ain't picking no cotton today. Masa, I was not picking no cotton today. Because today, Hassan Campbell, we's a freeze around here. I'm free today. Yeah, we playing hooky off the plantation. We're going to break some rules. Offend some people. Shall we begin? I don't even know where to start with this evil. I don't even know where to start with this evil. Make sure y'all violate that like button. As you come in the building, pour in the building, super violate that like button. Let's get these likes up past with the people in the building because I promise you we got 10,000 people in the building. And they're already making phone calls. Make sure y'all pay attention to the numbers because watch them start pulling people out. Watch. Come on, you gonna tell me I didn't get that last video? Okay.
World War I is from 1492 to 1775 when America was attacked by 7 countries simultaneously. For 283 years, they bombed this place. Russia took Alaska, Netherlands took Canada, British and England took the East Coast. Italy took Texas up to the Gulf. France took New Orleans up the Gulf. And Spain came around the West Coast down through Argentina, Chile, and up the backside. 7 countries attacked Black America. In 1775, we surrendered and lost the right to vote. They put us in slavery camps. They labeled them reservations, and the ones that did not go on reservations was labeled Negro.
Did y'all hear that clearly?
Negro. And New Orleans, World War I is from 1492 to 1775, when America was attacked by 7 countries simultaneously. For 283 years, they bombed this place. Russia took Alaska, Netherlands took Canada, British and England took the East Coast. Italy took Texas up to the Gulf. France took New Orleans up the Gulf. And Spain came around the West Coast down through Argentina, Chile, and up the backside. 7 countries attacked Black America. In 1775, we surrendered and lost the right to vote. They put us in slavery camps. They labeled them reservations, and the ones that did not go on reservations was labeled Negro.
Did y'all hear that clearly? They stopping you from commenting. Did y'all hear that clearly? Let me know in the comment section. Did y'all hear that video clearly? Now, in order for you to understand where we going, you got to understand where you came from, right?
Facts.
You were a sacred people. I'm going to say this again because we've been saying this for 10 years since I've been on this internet. You were not slaves.
Like this video, y'all.
You are prisoners of war. You are a conquered people on stolen land. Never forget that. Jesse Jackson named you African Americans. You are not an African American. You are a POW. You are a POW. And every time you sit up there and you say out of your mouth to somebody in the military, thank you for your services. For what? You are thanking the army of the colonizer that colonized you and conquered you for conquering other people. Let me ask you a question, right? Let me ask you a question. Who do I get to thank for destroying Gaddafi? The man that tried to use all of his gold and his resources to make Africa a superpower.
Now, they said some things about Gaddafi, but see, all the sources is over there in Africa, though. All the resources is over there.
He didn't declare war on anybody. He was going to elevate the children of God and try to give them back the Garden of Eden. And instead, they A-Town stomped his ass throughout the whole city, threw a noose up in the air, and gave him some colonizing justice. So again, to all you people out there in the military, can I ask you, which one of y'all do I get to thank for your services? Who do I get to salute and personally shake your hand for single-handedly stopping Gaddafi from elevating a conquered people and putting them back in position where they were supposed to be in life?
We got to come to some point in realization to understand that America is running terrorism on its own people. America is running terror on its own people. We got to come to a realization of that.
Who do I get to thank? I'll wait. Thank you for your services. Thank you for your services.
I can't handle this, yo. This is crazy, yo. I didn't think this was about to affect me like this. But, our neighbor's school, y'all know I work at a school. Fuck. Our neighbor in school, I think it's Gratas, I don't know how to say it. It's Gratas or something like that. They were having their graduation. And there's helicopters in the sky. Most of these schools are... Fuck, yo. Most of these schools are predominantly Hispanic. Most of these schools are predominantly Hispanic. Gratas, I believe elementary, was having their graduation. And all of a sudden, a bunch of parents have to run out because ISIS is there. This is the story that I'm hearing. And, you know, our school goes on lockdown. Our principal, you know, tells us it's a drill, but we know it's not a drill. And, you know, I had to come outside. It's my break. We kind of got like off of a soft lockdown. And, you know, parents had to run out because they don't have papers. And they had to leave their kids because the kids do. What type of shit is this, yo? And then kids are freaking grabbing teachers and crying on their leg because they don't know if they're about to see their parents when they get home. What the fuck is this? Are we voting for this shit? 15 people just got picked up on Wilshire at the Home Depot. On Wilshire. Yo.
Crying.
Oh my God. This is not right.
You Van Jones ass nigga. You gotta watch Van Jones, cause why is you crying, bro? Grown ass man.
This is not right, yo.
You know what the problem is?
People are gullible. That's the problem. Shit.
When Trump said that he was going to drain the swamp, we never really asked him, who did he consider to be swamp creatures?
Man, this is crazy.
When Trump said that he was going to drain the swamp, who did he consider to be in the swamp? You know what it's like to work in a school, to be in the Board of Education, and to actually see the students that you with every day, those kids become your kids. And you watch those kids cry because as they're graduating, these sneaky agents decide to raid the Board of Education. And as these kids are supposed to be moving up in ceremony, their mothers is running through the back door. Their mothers are running through the back door, being chased by colonizers, disguised as police officers.
But these teachers had to know this was coming. All these students, you could tell they immigrants. You could point out the students that don't belong there. Not going to say don't belong, but it's not from this country. You can point them out.
Evil at its finest. Evil at its finest. I've killed people in my life. And I can't find it in me to ever pull something like that. Every last one of the dudes around me done turned somebody's TV off. And we don't get down like that. This colonizer, this office, this evil button that's being pushed, it's a great evil. And it takes a great skilled colonizer, a great skilled evil person to practice and participate in an evil like this. Evil is the way. That's what it is. It's evil.
It's financially as well as emotionally. It takes a toll.
Vincent, you voted for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
He thought the Trump administration was going to focus solely on deporting criminals. It seems immigration officials, he says, are just trying to meet quotas now. 6 Nicaraguan men who on May 27th were detained along US 1 in Sugarloaf Key on their way to a job. Their immigration attorney says it should not have happened because 5 of the 6 have their paperwork in order with pending asylum cases. Vincent Scardina is the owner of the roofing company where they worked. He's owned it 37 years.
You become their friends, just not an employer, but a friend. And you see what happens to their family. It's quite a shock.
Given his support for the president, we asked what he would tell the commander-in-chief if he had a chance.
What happened here? This situation is just totally, just blatantly not at all what they said it was.
Even white people are upset at the lines that Trump is crossing.
I never thought that I would see a day where I would be rooting for a university above Donald J. Trump and his administration. But I don't recognize his administration right now. I don't recognize what's happening. I have a theory. I do. We were kicking around some theories earlier, me and the team, and we were going, how could Trump be such a free speech enthusiast and allowing these things to happen? Going after college universities, trying to suppress speech, while pretending that you're not suppressing speech, while pretending that you're fighting DEI. It's so messy. It's so obvious. Everyone knows what you're doing. People who are still trying to grift, I suppose, are not willing to challenge you on this, which is ridiculous, because when you are out of office, we are going to have to live with these consequences. Our children are going to have to grow up in this America, okay? So when you threaten our speech, it's not worth it so that we can have pom-poms and go hurrah for a couple of years, then go, okay, well, yeah, now it kind of stinks because, we're getting arrested.
She got a point with the freedom of speech part, but we got people that's over here that's been struggling due to this poor economy and what they have done for the people, which is nothing. So for them to bring over millions and millions of illegal immigrants, that's jeopardizing and hurting us.
See, something is not sitting right with me, right? And I'm going to tell you what's not sitting right with me. Elon Musk and Donald Trump was rolling like fists, like they was thicker than thieves. Oh, y'all thought I forgot? Oh, y'all thought I was going to be one of them niggas like my son that was going to actually sit up there and listen to Elon Musk. The nigga called Trump out and told Donald Trump, you on that Epstein list too, my nigga.
So if they got this list, why it ain't came out yet? We want to know who all on this list so we can know who to stay the fuck away from and who not to deal with. Come on now.
That Epstein list and the things that took place on Epstein's island is more diabolical than any horror movie you've ever seen in your life. I'm going to say that again. that Epstein's list and the things that took place on that island was more diabolical than Friday the 13th, the movie. It was more diabolical than Jason Voorhees. It was more diabolical than Michael Myers. I told y'all before, evil wants to come out and play. When you see these little articles where 100 people or 150 people just got arrested for trafficking minors and stuff like that, do you understand that that's them locking up their competition? We look, bring it back, rewind. Do you understand that when you see these articles and you get happy, when you see people getting locked up, that's them getting rid of their competition. Yeah. That's evil getting rid of its competition. Now, see, I don't think y'all understand, right? That when these parents are being separated from their children, they're never going to see them children again.
I said that. So he got a point.
I didn't hear the reports.
You got a point with that.
What was that, like 3 months ago? That on 300,000 children was misplaced. 300,000 children was misplaced. How do you misplace 300,000 children? Can anybody answer that question? How do you misplace 300,000 children? These people, these parents. And I need for you, any of you migrants out there that's watching me, I need for you to stop sending your kids to school. I need for you to come up with a plan. Because if ICE catch you, some of those ICE workers, they don't know whether you're going to see your kids again, and some of them do. Some of these people are assigned to you to chase you down and lock you up because you came into this country illegal. So now they legally can use their technology to look at pictures on Instagram, on Facebook, in any other program. They're hand-picked and hand-select which one of your little kids they want. And as soon as they push that button to select an item, your child, for their Epstein list, when they legally come get you and lock you up, they have a right to separate your child from you because you broke the law coming in the country thinking that everything was all good because you were working people going to work every day. You don't see them hunting down them Ukrainian, the 100,000 or rather the 10,000 Ukrainian soldiers that they sent over here. Do you know why they sent 10,000 Ukrainian? Actually, it's between 10 and 100,000. They sent them in shipments. Do you know why they sent 100,000 Ukrainians over here? Because when martial law is enacted, American soldiers will be overseas thinking that they're fighting for freedom, while the Ukrainian soldiers and all them other soldiers that came from overseas, they're going to be implementing laws on American people. They're going to be implementing the Patriot Act on American people. They're going to do the things that American soldiers wouldn't do. The American soldiers will be overseas. Do y'all realize every other country on this planet Earth hate us? They hate our guts. This land is your land. This land is, they hate us. I don't think y'all even understand that we are in hot water. We are in serious hot water. And see, another thing y'all got to understand is too, nobody right now agrees with this war. Nobody, absolutely nobody. If you disagree with this war, press 1 in the comment section. Nobody agrees. If you agree with it, press 2. If you disagree, press 1. If you agree, press 2. Nobody is siding with this war. So now, do you understand that the same people that was behind 9/11 is going to create another 9/11? Y'all don't see it coming? Y'all don't see it coming? The people who was behind 9/11 is getting ready to create a bigger 9/11. Let me ask y'all a question. When those sleeper cells, aka called Antifa, huh? When those sleeper cells in America starts triggering, throwing bricks, maybe poisoning our water supplies. Let me ask y'all a question.
It's already poisoned.
To all the Muslims out there, all of y'all that say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, will you become the next Mexican?
Our water already tainted and all that. That's why people don't drink faucet water. It's lead in the water.
Because we got a taste of hate when 9/11 happened, when we didn't have nothing to do with that. So all you Muslims out there, yeah, tag a Muslim in this conversation. When martial law is enacted, will you be on the next terrorist watch list? Will you be chased out of the country? Because now there is a war going on with Muslim countries. And under these colonizers' rules and under these colonizers' laws, who dictates who can have weapons and who can't have weapons, I only ask, will you be next to end up? Y'all didn't see that, the movie with Bruce Willis, The Siege? Huh? Y'all didn't see the movie Long Kiss Goodnight? Where they actually said in that movie, they basically described the whole 9/11 in the movie Long Kiss Goodnight, and then turned around and said, we'll just blame it on the Muslims. Do y'all not see that this is the end game and this is where we're going?
And I could tell people is make your money and take care of your family. Don't get involved in this politics shit. Just pay attention and be aware and stay prepared. That's it. No arguing with people about Donald Trump and what he doing wrong and all that. That shit is out of our hands. We can't do nothing about it.
You have been so desensitized by faces of death. You have been so broken down by reality TV shows. Because Faces of Death started it first. Or banned from TV, where we started seeing the first glimpse of images of deaths and horrors. And now, on social media, you can't call a gay person a name because you could show somebody being beheaded,
like this video,
or aired out on social media.
No, facts. I see so much crazy stuff on Facebook, and I'm trying to figure out how do they allow that to be on Facebook. I don't care if they tell you to check the comments. Still, why is they allowing that on Facebook?
And most of the time, it's us and our children. Every other post that I'm starting to see on Facebook and Instagram is black people destroying black people and quick to pull out a cell phone and record our pain, our struggle. And then we laughing at each other. I knew that this world was going towards a sick direction when one day I made a video about a mentally ill person jumping in a river, and a bunch of people watched him drown, and they filmed him take his last breath. Nobody went to go jump in there and help the nigga. Nobody wanted to help.
That was crazy. It's the world we live in. Everybody want to go viral. Everybody trying to get clout. Motherfucker stab their own parent to get clout. Shoot their own parent to get clout. It's crazy out here.
So they just refuse to tell you, and it's left to me and a bunch of other idiots on TikTok. We're not in a war with Iran. However, our president is warning residents of Iran's largest city with 10 million people. That's about 1.5 million more than the city of New York. They bombed the airport, by the way. He's telling the people of Tehran, a city of more than 10 million, where they bombed, they need to evacuate, clear out.
He just told a city with 10 million people that they need to evacuate. Let me see something.
Who's to say we can't be next? Y'all better wake up and pay attention.
How many people live in New York City? 8 million. That small city got 10 million people. They told 10 million people to evacuate.
People ain't waking up. They better be waking up now, seeing what's going on. COVID was the calm before the storm. This is the storm right here. COVID was the calm before the storm. This is the storm right here.
So if this is true, this may be the most elaborate, sophisticated, preemptive military strike in recent history. According to the open source intelligence page called Open Source Intel, go figure, on X, they said that Israel had a preemptive military operation against Iran that appears to have been severely crippling for Tehran's missile command infrastructure. They said, quote, according to sources familiar with the operation, Mossad initiated a targeted disinformation effort days before the strike, using falsified communications through Iranian channels that they triggered what appeared to be an emergency meeting. The ruse successfully drew the entire senior leadership of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Aerospace Force, including Commander General Amir Ali Hajizadeh, his deputies, key technical personnel, into a fortified bunker outside Tehran. Moments before the strike began, that bunker was hit in a precision airstrike, eliminating Iran's top missile command. Israeli officials say the goal was clear: prevent the launch of what was believed to be over 1,000 ballistic missiles aimed at Israeli territory. There was absolutely no one alive to give the command to strike back. Immediately afterward, Israel launched a sweeping campaign across Tehran and other strategic areas, hitting missile sites, infrastructure, and air defenses. The operation had been years in preparation. Mossad sleeper cells embedded in Iran since as early as 2007 had smuggled hundreds of drones and military equipment into the country using commercial trucks. These assets remained dormant until activated in the hours before the operation. As the assault began, pre-positioned drones were launched to disable Iran's air defense grid and blind its radar systems. Simultaneously, Mossad teams on the ground carried out a wave of targeted assassinations against Revolutionary Guard figures, paralyzing command structures across multiple regions. It is estimated that over 15% of Iran's ballistic missile arsenal was destroyed in the opening wave. Nearly all critical air defense systems in and around Tehran were neutralized in the first hour. At the same time, Israeli strikes targeted top nuclear scientists involved in the regime's advanced enrichment program. Iran's ability to respond collapsed. What was expected to be a massive retaliation was reduced to just 150 ballistic missiles launched 20 hours after the Israeli operation began, spread across 3 waves, which is a fraction of what was anticipated. Israeli officials
150 ballistic missiles. He said that like that wasn't nothing. Like 150?
now estimate more than 40% of Iran's launch infrastructure has been wiped out. While Tehran has promised further retaliation, the extent of its remaining capabilities remains in doubt. Netanyahu described the strike as a pager operation on steroids, referring to the covert Mossad mission that targeted over 3,500 Hezbollah operatives. This time, the operation went further, eliminating top commanders, dismantling strategic defenses, and neutralizing missile commander or capabilities.
Slow down,
One of the
nigga.
most sophisticated,
Read.
preemptive military actions in recent history. If all that is true, this is going to be something that's going to be studied in war colleges for a very long time.
So basically, word on the street is, right, somehow they got all Iranian top people in one building to have a conversation, a meeting. And when they went to have that meeting, they aired out the whole building. Now that's, it reminds me of, I don't know how many of y'all watched Game of Thrones. I ain't talking about the new one. I'm talking about the original Game of Thrones, where I think it was Rob and his mother. Rob was supposed to get married to the other king's daughter, the ugly daughter. Instead, he went and found him a pretty wife, and he married her. And then told the king, because back in those days, when you made an arrangement, you better stick to your arrangement. So instead of him marrying the king's daughter, he married another girl. And he went to go sit down and have dinner with the king after he betrayed that king by not marrying his daughter. Well, as they sitting down dining, eating at the table, the king set it on him and aired his whole army out at the dinner table. It's sort of like what the Pilgrims did with Thanksgiving. This is what these people do. That's why you got to be the red wedding. Yes, the red wedding. That's why you got to be careful of your invites. Be very, very careful of who gives you an invite. I'm very careful. When somebody invites me somewhere, don't get me wrong, I'd be happy for people to invite me to places. It makes you feel good when somebody want to see you in the building. But you got to be careful of your invites. Because it's just like the girl that I did the story on, where they threw her a baby shower, and then after the baby shower, they stomped the baby out of her. Yeah. This is why I tell y'all to pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. My whole message, my whole movement is based off of pay attention to your circle before they hurt you.
I wasn't even supposed to stay on this. He just did a live. I wasn't even supposed to stay on here this long, man. But he talking some shit though. A lot of shit he's saying I agree with, But as far as like Trump doing what he doing, we all know this is a part of the government's plan. So they all got hands involved in this. So we as people just gotta keep doing what we've been doing, taking care of our families, and still paying attention and being aware and being ready.
This little cocksucker.
It be their circle. It's your circle that'll hurt you. Yeah. Because it'll be their family members, their friends. A lot of us got people that we deal with that never won, and they don't want to win. They never won before. Right. But we taking advice from people that never won. Why would you go? You know how many people that could have been here? Why would you go there? Why would you pay that money to go to Herman Jones? For what? But they never won. But we value people's opinion based off love and not business. Business and love is two different things.
Why he keeps stealing my saying? Now you going around the world and you doing lectures talking about pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. Y'all gonna tell me he not stealing from me? If Wallow is stealing from me, press 1 in the comment section. Come on, my nigga. Ain't nothing sacred.
It be their circle. It's your circle that'll hurt you. Yeah. Because it'll be their family members, their friends. A lot of us got people that we deal with that never won.
Come on, shut up. I get sick and tired of niggas stealing from me. If you're Wallow, if you gonna use my sayings, because I know all of y'all watch me at this point in time. Y'all all watch me. Y'all don't even understand how many celebrities be in my DM. Y'all all watch me. Why you can't get up there and say shout out to Hassan Campbell for making this saying popular? Why you just can't shout me out? Why you stealing my shit? Kendrick Lamar, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off. Wallow, pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. Stop stealing my shit.
This is crazy.
Like, come on. I don't know who's worse. You or Charleston White, my nigga.
That's crazy.
Pay attention, boys and girls, because here's something that's going to slide under the radar because nobody really pays attention, I guess, except me. In front of the U.S. Supreme Court today, the Trump administration argued that they can arrest anyone at any time for any reason, whether they're a citizen or non-citizen, and ship them overseas to a prison outside of the United States. Now, they're talking about Venezuela, but they're saying they can do it at any time, anywhere, to any prison in the world outside of the U.S.
Now, how's that legal for them to do that? That can't be legal. I don't believe it.
Any reason they want, and the courts have no jurisdiction to stop them. This is what the Solicitor General of the United States argued in court today in front of the Supreme Court. We told you before the election that Donald Trump thinks he's Putin and wants to be Putin and wants to be Kim Jong-un. You people said we didn't know what we were talking about. This is right out of Project 2025, the white Christian nationalist agenda. And Trump's people argued it today in front of the Supreme Court. You don't believe me? Google it and look it up.
What are yo? It's crazy because I'm looking at my screen and they're doing something to my screen. Do y'all realize that with them sending you, yo, it's crazy, right? Because we know civil unrest is coming. It's already here. We got paid activists being activated all over the country now, right? And it's going to get worse. But when they decide to lock you up under the martial law, they're going to send you overseas where nobody can break you out of jail. Because they know the threat of you getting locked up. Certain towns and cities throughout war is going to be taken over.
Well, we're going to fact check Buddy ass. No police officer can not arrest any citizen for any reason and deport them. U.S. citizens have constitutional protections, including the right to due process and protection against unlawful search and seizure, while police can arrest individuals based on probable cause. We know that. And then it says, for committing a crime. And ICE can initiate deportation proceedings against non-citizens. These actions must adhere to legal procedures and constitutional rights. Until that change, I'm not believing none of this. I told y'all, America is trying to put terror into the people. It's trying to put fear into the people. So you got people riled up at what's going on when they need you to just sit back and mind their business. Just sit back and mind your business because we don't have no hands involved in this and we can't do nothing about it. All we can do is try to stay safe and take care of our own family. People are spewing this nonsense out here to scare people.
You'll never see your family again if you go to jail under these conditions. So mentally, you better prepare yourself for what's to come. Under martial law, you may not never see your family again if you get locked up. Y'all niggas better pay attention. Coral, what up, girl? Is that the real Coral?
I ain't heard nothing about no martial law being passed, so we ain't even trying to hear that. Stop trying to scare the people. That's what people trying to do, just as the media doing. So we're going to cut that one short. If y'all want to go watch the rest of that, go over there to Hassan Campbell. Go over there, like, share, and subscribe. But we're going to get into the Steven Jackson video. Let's see what... give me 1 second, y'all. We're going to get into the Steven Jackson video real quick.
Many other skilled creators on Fiverr, or you.
What's going on there, guys? We're back with another one. We have to examine the Steven Jackson situation that's going viral, which he spoke about on his social media on the day. We're going to get into all that. But Steven Jackson, his team lost by 4 in their Big Three debut this past weekend for this 2025 season. And he got into it with a player on the other team by the name of Jalen Johnson. And it spilled into the back of the arena. You know, you could see Steven Jackson walking up to him. They were about to get into it. He was telling them, gonna be in the back and all that. And people like, no, you can't be a coach becoming unhinged. Now we've seen him and Charles Oakley, two.
Give me 1 second, y'all, because I wasn't really trying to click on that video, but I'm sorry about that, y'all. This. Give me 1 second. I was not trying to do that. All right. I'm gonna go back.
I want to be the best. Simple and plain. That's why I play the game. To be the best, you have to win. And that's what drives me.
He's the best player in the game. It's just that simple.
We gonna find out who's it. You see why I be out the way? Because they be looking for shit to post on me. You know what I'm saying? They as a short as a real nigga, so they be looking to post shit on me. Oh yeah, and to the whoever I'm gonna find out too this weekend and report back to y'all too on who the snitch was, who in the back recording. The locker room is off limits, so it shouldn't be nobody back there recording. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be, because it's not even my video. It's other stuff that go on back there that should never see the light of day in the locker room. So all that is off limits. So whoever recording, I'll see you this weekend. All right? I'll see you this weekend. But the locker room is off limits, bro. There's a lot of stuff that go on that should never hit. But you know what? Hey, somebody got to do it.
So you mean to tell me you incriminate yourself, Steven, and then get mad when somebody records you on video, and then it's going all across the world? You said the things you said out your mouth. Nobody made you say that. So how you gonna get mad at the person for recording you saying what you saying, and then call them a snitch? How's that being a snitch? You's a multi-million-dollar man, and you walking around here portraying yourself as this street nigga. Hang that shit up, bro. You around these wealthy people. You in the league where you getting top dollars. You got a nice podcast with Becky with the good hair. Why are you steady trying to act tough? Just to prove a point to niggas. If I had the bag you had, Steven, I wouldn't be out here doing that. You got to protect your brand. You got to protect your image. And you got to also protect your character, brother. You did what you did and said what you said. Nobody made you do that. Nobody forced you to do that. So you can't get mad at the person that's recording. Oh, the locker room is off limits. Whatever goes on back here, it shouldn't be recorded. It's off limits. Is you mad at the person who recorded you, or you just mad because they recorded you said what you said? All that street shit, Steven, you gotta hang it up, brother. You doing good for yourself. Like I said, you got the podcast with Becky with the good hair. Y'all numbers, y'all doing some decent numbers. So why interject yourself into that street shit? Why portray yourself like that? Why would you even act like that at the Big Three? Disrespect the Ice Cube like that. That's disrespectful. You mad because you lost? You mad because you lost? I believe that's what it was. You took it personally. You know, telling he probably had money on the line, betting against motherfuckers. You know, they still betting. Then you went in the back of that locker room and you said what you said, and you thought it wasn't gonna get out because you didn't know somebody was recording. You can't get mad at the person that's recording. You shouldn't have said what you said, even if he was recording or not recording. You shouldn't have said what you said. I keep trying to explain to y'all, you got too many niggas out here that's getting this bag and they jeopardizing it because they want to play the street shit. Want to be tough Tony. You made yourself look like a fool when you went to O Block. Then it took you all that time to come out and explain why you went to O Block and how you ended up there. Some things don't need to be done. You have to think before you do things, just like you're supposed to think before you speak, Mr. Steven. Like I said, I congratulate you and Becky with the good hair because y'all got that podcast over there and it's going good for y'all. But for you to sit up here and get mad at the person that recorded you said what you said out your own mouth and then call them a snitch, all because your video was circulating out what you said, that ain't right, brother. Own up to your accountabilities. Take account on when you do wrong. Instead of you coming out apologizing to Ice Cube saying, man, I apologize, I shouldn't have did this and shouldn't have did that. Because you went off way before you even made it to the back to the locker room. You was already being recorded. But then when you got in the locker room, you started saying some real things and you didn't know you was really being recorded by somebody. And then once that leaked, instead of you apologizing to the Ice Cube and the Big Three and the people that came to see the team play, saying I was in the wrong, I shouldn't have made myself look like a fool and this, that, and the third, you want to come out at the person that recorded you saying what you said. Make that make sense. You incriminated yourself by saying what you said around a bunch of people. So it wasn't just because they recorded you, said what you said. It was witnesses in that locker room that heard you say that. So if anything would have happened to whoever you was talking about, it was witnesses that heard you say it. So forget the camera, brother. That's crazy work. But y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section. We as men we got to do better. We got to stop letting our emotions get the best of us. If y'all like this video and share this video, make sure this get to Mr. Steven Jackson. No, that was real talk though, because I'm just saying, if I had the money that these guys have, I'm isolating myself away from all the negative energy as far as trying to be tough Tony and be involved in the street life. You can't surround yourself like that when you're in a different league because that makes your brand look bad. It puts a stain on your brand, and then some people don't want to do business with you. I guess some people, they don't care about that, but it's like at the end of the day, you have to protect the bag. If you are the bag, you got to protect it. You got to protect it. So I wouldn't put myself in no situation like going to O Block knowing that I'm worth all these millions and anything can happen at any moment. They don't care about the security and all that. You can have security and something still can go wrong. People don't think like that. So it's like at the end of the day, just keep telling people, protect the bag when you in that type of situation. Like he was supposed to came out and apologize to Ice Cube for acting the ass, especially on the opening day, making yourself look like that, and then you embarrassing yourself and the team at the same time. Like, come on. But y'all know next time they play each other, that's gonna be an exciting game. So y'all go over there, get y'all tickets for the Big Three, man. Shout out to Ice Cube, he doing what he's supposed to do. As a black man, I respect that. He got my highest honor when it come down to it. There was another video I wanted to get into. Give me 1 second. It was another video. And that'll be the video for the night. It's a video. 1 second.
When it comes to getting to market in a more quick manner, Popular Pace helps us move quickly and efficiently. As we all know,
authorities are calling it a successful roundup of alleged child sex offenders, but it also shows how widespread that crime is in North Texas. The Dallas FBI office, along with some of the 70 law enforcement agencies that all participated, announced the results of what they called Operation Soteria Shield. Here's our JD Miles.
These are the faces of the 244 men and women charged with exploiting children for the purpose of sex trafficking or pornography. It's the end of a month-long investigation by federal and local law enforcement of a crime that authorities say is a year-round problem.
The numbers of offenders arrested and the children rescued in this operation are stunning. It's stunning to hear them repeated here.
109 children were rescued by Operation Soteria Shield, which began in April.
During this operation, many of the children recognized or rescued were previously unidentified. They had never been reported missing. They had never had their abuse known to authorities.
The operation not only led to arrests and rescues.
Time out. How is that possible for them not to even be known? Wait a minute. Hold on. So were these children from foster care, something like that? Like, wait a minute, something don't make sense here. That don't even make sense. Play that back.
Is a year-round problem.
The numbers of offenders arrested and the children rescued in this operation are stunning. It's stunning to hear them repeated here.
109 children were rescued by Operation Soteria Shield, which began in April.
During this operation, many of the children recognized or rescued were previously unidentified. They had never been reported missing. They had never had their abuse known to authorities.
The operation not only led to arrests and rescues, but also to the seizure of terabytes of child abuse sex material through a collaborative effort that started 10 years ago and now includes 70 Texas law enforcement agencies.
What started as a small team with a bold idea has grown into something very powerful.
In a lot of these cases, authorities say the sex offenders never actually meet their victims face to face, but instead use technology to coerce them into sending explicit images and videos. The head of the Dallas FBI office says the methods used are not just involving social media, but also online gaming systems.
And that's where they targeting these kids at, with these online games. So if you're a parent out there and you got a child that loves to play the game, I'm talking about a little child, not even just a little child. I say even 13, 14. Be aware of what they doing and what they playing, because you got some sick people out here. If y'all think the porn industry, as far as what they have, that they had these little sex shows, you know, what's that called? Damn, I forgot the name of that little sex convention they be having. But if you think that that's the only thing that's getting recognized out here, even though it's other stuff that's illegal to put out here to show people, you don't think these people is finding ways to get this information and put it out and spread it amongst their people? Just like it's people that like to go to them little venues, them events with the little sex things and the porn things. You don't think it's people that's out here that really, like, man, I can't even imagine it, but with them putting it on here, this is sad, because I'm only thinking about kids that's in foster care, kids that's getting kidnapped. Like,
so I think for many of us, I'll speak for my generation, we were raised to be concerned about faceless strangers that might try to contact us or cause us harm on the street.
That's crazy.
But we've moved past that. Again, predators have access to our children in our home through technology.
Authorities urge families to use parental controls on any devices kids use, and be aware there are more faces like these still out there. In Dallas, JD Miles, CBS News Tech.
Man, y'all be aware of what y'all kids is doing. Pay attention to y'all kids. Make sure that y'all know what they getting involved in, especially with this internet. Social media is crazy now. I remember things was parental advisory. It's none of that no more. There's no more parental advisory. It's easy for a child to access anything like this or get in contact with a person that can show them access to things like this. Y'all parents, pay attention to your children. Stay blessed and stay prayed up. Don't get involved with all this political shit that's going on out here. Take care of your family. Mind your business. Take care of your business and stay prayed up. I have to say that once again. Y'all like this video. We gonna get up out of here. We the People TV. God.